Hi everybody, my name is Rhys Barber. I'm one of the audiologists here at Audiology Associates.
And my name is Taylor Green, and I am the other audiologist here. So this is it just one patient in this?
Your patient, yeah. It's day 4 of Waxvent.
Oh yes, day 4, sorry. So this patient came through to me following a couple of trips to the GP, I believe. This particular patient's been using some, a medley of different drops in here, to be honest.
It's messy.
We've had it, yeah, I think he's been prescribed sodium bicarbonate, not prescribed, recommended, yeah, advised sodium bicarbonate, some olive oil, and I think Optimizer's been used in here at some point as well, just to try and kill off any infection that may have been present.
Oh my word, that's not an easy one. Look at that, it's just such a thin layer over the canal walls.
Yeah, so this is, it's going to be a peely one, this one. It's going to be a bit of a long one as well. Yeah. It's pretty common with my videos, really. Being pretty long.
These are never easy ones. The peels are always good if you get the peel is the actual peel, the layer peel off is very thick and runs all the way down. You can peel a whole layer. This looks like one of those ones where you start the peel and it just breaks off tiny little bits.
Almost kind of brittle. Brittle skin.
It can happen sometimes when you've used Optimize. Mine, I've found that with patients. If you use a bit of Optimize, it does whatever was lying on the canal wall there, just it sort of peels off in very tiny pieces.
Yeah, you can see there, that's starting to peel away quite nicely there. Yeah. That's what I was hoping was going to happen at the entrance here. There's a, really tricky one to do, this one. And they're tricky in general. I again, find it quite tricky. Most of the time, quite difficult to do these particular ones. Not so bad when they come off in one big go, because that's always ideal.
Yeah.
There's when, it starts peeling like off the eardrum, and then all of a sudden you just get like little bits breaking away, and they just leaves, pieces on the eardrum.
That's not easy. I would look at that though. It almost looks now as if it's one continuous layer. It seems like the front entrance is very brittle, but this piece goes right the way down. Look at that.
Just trying to get a good grip here. Well, you can see it's starting to peel away from this bottom section here.
Now that's a good piece.
I was kind of hoping it was going to just kind of roll forwards, like and peel as you're pulling it out.
Lift the whole lot forwards. But at least now I suppose you can see where the canal is, because that's one of the hardest bits about doing a peel, is that you're working so close to the canal, which is really sensitive for the patient. You don't want to inadvertently touch the canal. So when you get one piece away, you can see how thick the layer is. It tends to be a little bit easier then, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I'm just kind of, you can see a portion of the suction tube there was just kind of resting up against the ear canal. It's when you kind of more so like poke the tip of it in, which is what's more uncomfortable. But the side of the tube is not too bad. It's not, I mean, you shouldn't really get any discomfort there, but we still try to avoid it if possible.
Yeah.
This thick piece on the side here. This is what that's what we said earlier, or that's what Rhys said earlier about those thick pieces. Look how thick that piece is.
So this is going all the way down over the eardrum as well, then, is it?
Yes, you can just about peek it in the background there. That sort of grey-blue sort of tinge you can see. That's just that layer of skin that's just covering the eardrum.
It's so hard to see where this debris ends and that the eardrum and the canal wall begins, though, at the moment.
Yep. Again, just trying to get a really good grip. Going to move this slow, because I want to try and keep it all in one. I want to try and keep it together.
Yeah. That's a nice sized piece as well.
We're just creating space at the moment, just so I can see what's going on.
It's really difficult, especially when you've got that layer at the front. It looked like it was a thick layer, but it's not. This is actually a really thin layer. Closest to the camera there is very thin.
There you go, there it is. You can see where it's all kind of bunched up. Again, that is quite deceiving, because sometimes those thick pieces actually look like the ear canal. And then as soon as you start lifting it, you can see it starts widening then where, you can see the ear canal wall. So we've got another big piece away there. I'm not actually sure if there's much that comes out on the ruler shot, if there isn't even a ruler shot on this one.
I got a funny feeling there's not on this one.
No, because it was so soft. By the time, you can see it coming out, but by the time I get to the tissue, as the suction is kind of building up, it was sucking all the material in. So
you're right.
you can see there's just little tiny scraps of it, which are, that's not ideal.
And you're in the sort of the osseous portion of the ear canal. So this part of the ear canal is surrounded by bone. So it's almost skin on top of bone. There's not a lot of give underneath it. As soon as you push onto it, it's really, really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
So always a difficult part, especially when you've got to do a peel down there.
You normally find as well, I know we said we try to avoid touching the ear canal, but normally when there's a little bit of swelling there, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
Because you don't tend to feel it at all
No.
when there's a little bit of swelling there. Right, so I'm just trying different parts of this dead skin just to see if I get any, well, if I get any peels really.
Yeah, any movement at all.
Yeah, that's it. Because at the moment it's just not doing anything.
You can't, the thing is, you can't go and just smack the suction tube on top of the eardrum.
No.
So you can't really pull it away.
No.
You've got to stay sort of slightly in the corners and just at the edges.
I think I'm kind of looking at that a little bit at the top there. I'm trying to see if that is starting to unstick from the ear canal. Right, we're going to just get a gentle little prod here now, just a touch. Oh, there you go.
Oh, there we are. Look
You
at that go. The colour difference. You can see the eardrum now straight away.
It's when it's very wet, that's the tricky bit.
Yeah.
When it's coming away in like little tiny spots, but you can start to see this eardrum coming through quite nicely here now. We're checking with the patient constantly at this point because we are, obviously we're technically, there we go, look at that.
Look at that go. That was a good one. So it was all right down into that recess there.
And you can see me slowly draw the suction tube backwards, which again is, as we mentioned earlier, hopefully trying to roll that kind of skin as it's peeling away. It should, like normally we see it kind of peel right the way to the entrance of the ear. But as I said, we're always checking at this point with the patients whether they're still feeling okay, because we're right on top of the eardrum here.
Don't forget, guys, if you do have any problems with your ears, always check out the link tree in the description. You can book yourself an appointment with myself or the amazing Mr. Taylor Green. And yeah, guys, if you do go along and get your earwax removed, always check into the background of your practitioner. Lots of practitioners out there at the moment with very, very little or no experience of ears before they actually let loose on your ears yourselves. So please make sure you go somewhere that's got a bit of experience, just for your ears' sake.
Just come and see us.
Yeah, it would just be easier. Yeah. As you can see, Mr. Taylor Green's very good at what he does, so you can see it coming away very well there. Look at that.
Might take a little while, but we'll get there.
It's a difficult one to do, this one, buddy. Fair play. I take my hat off to you because it's not an easy.
Oh, look at
that's
that coming away. That's what I was waiting for.
That's the one. My goodness me. That's not an easy one to do at all. That is very wet and mushy. I'm wondering whether this patient's actually had a bit of an infection at some point, especially with obviously with the Automized being prescribed. But GPs do tend to sometimes do that as a precautionary measure, just if somebody's had a bit of pain or a bit of discomfort, which you can get from wax anyway.
Yeah. I think I found it quite tricky to get these little bits on the roof of the ear, because you could see almost kind of the ear canal was doing this, had this little sort of, not a bump, but where the sort of bony portion meets the cartilage portion. It was a little bit, I found it tricky basically to get the angle. Starting to peel us away. We've got a little bit left over the eardrum.
This would be interesting to see how well this comes. Well, that ear canal's looking so much better already, isn't it?
Yeah, much better.
I bet the patient was getting a lot of itching and stuff like that with this.
Yeah, I mean, we mentioned it, I can't remember if it was the last video or a couple of videos ago, where we mentioned the ear canal might not be completely full, but like these little bits of skin that are still resting up against the eardrum, they can cause the patient some issues. Look at this coming away.
Wow.
Oh, well, yeah, look at that.
Wow. Yeah, we say about the eardrum, basically the eardrum is only 3 layers thick. So you've got your kind of mucosal layer on the innermost part, then you've got your radial and sort of circumferential fibres then in the middle, and then you've got this epithelial layer which forms the surface layer of your ear canal wall skin. So it's a very thin membrane, so it's got to be thin to be able to vibrate really easily. Now if you get these sort of dead skin layers or wax buildup on the eardrum itself, it tends to be far more problematic for patients, in my opinion anyway, than having a blockage in the ear canal. I find that patients have much less wax in that area and it causes massive issues.
So we the patient is hearing a lot better at the moment, but I'm just trying to clear as much as I possibly can here. Again, there's a little bit right up in the corner that I think we do get a little bit of difficulty getting. I think you can see it on the side there. Do we get it? I can't remember.
Yeah, not an easy.
Because again, that's the bony part of the ear
Yeah.
canal there. That's we managed to just get a little touch.
Yeah.
I'm happy with the outcome there. That's
Thing is, well, a lot of the time this skin has been irritated by having all that debris on top of it, so that's going to be able to repair itself now and go back to normal, and that patient's going to hear so much better. You know, they're going to hear so much better after the procedure, but give it another day or so, they're going to hear even better again, which is great. Yeah.
Now I think if I can remember, this particular patient did only use partly the recommended dosage of the Optimize. Now, we can't suggest anyone use, you know, whatever, but, you know, once that's all cleared, technically the medication should work better.
Yeah, that's
if
right.
there was an infection present. So
Definitely.
yeah, hearing a lot better. So yeah, as you can see, there's no ruler shock, guys, sorry.
So all done for today, guys. So that's day 4 of Waxvent. Stay tuned for tomorrow, which is day 5. We've got a special little treat for you guys.
Oh yeah.
It's tomorrow. If you didn't need an ear specialist before, you definitely could need one after tomorrow. We won't say any more of that. So we shall see you tomorrow, guys. Take care of yourselves.
Take care of your ears.
And take care of one another. Bye.